In moments of significant transition, whether personal or collective, certain individuals begin to experience heightened awareness, deeper spiritual intuition, and a stronger sense of purpose. These individuals, often referred to as chosen ones, report a shift that transcends traditional explanations. According to widely discussed spiritual perspectives, the term chosen one does not imply superiority, but rather a specific calling aligned with a greater purpose. This report explores how such individuals recognize themselves and each other through a process of spiritual activation and alignment. Those who resonate with the identity of a chosen one often describe moments of synchronicity that feel anything but coincidental. These moments are perceived as evidence of divine timing, a concept suggesting that events occur precisely when they are meant to, according to a spiritual or cosmic order. For those on this path, encounters with people, ideas, or messages at key moments in life are not interpreted as chance, but as intentional alignments designed to guide and affirm one's purpose. This phenomenon is not exclusive to any one culture or religion. Across traditions, individuals who experience a spiritual shift often speak of being led, sometimes subtly, other times intensely, toward people or truths that validate their inner convictions. Many report that this realization is accompanied by a deeper stillness, clarity of mind, and a renewed sense of mission. From a spiritual standpoint, chosen individuals are seen as carrying a distinct energy signature, an inner strength and presence that often sets them apart. It is common for such individuals to have endured unusual levels of adversity or isolation. These challenges are not viewed as misfortune, but rather as formative tests, refining the character, resilience, and faith of the chosen. While others may move through life largely undisturbed, chosen individuals are said to carry a visible or felt spiritual authority. They may be misunderstood, misrepresented, or even rejected by those around them, not because they are flawed, but because their energy disrupts the norms of their environment. This disruption, intentional or not, is considered part of their calling, to reveal, to awaken, and to lead. One of the most discussed attributes of spiritual awakening among chosen ones is the recognition of energy resonance. This refers to an immediate, often unspoken recognition when one chosen individual meets another. Without prior conversation or knowledge, two such individuals may experience a deep sense of familiarity, connection, or mutual understanding. This recognition, often referred to as spiritual resonance, is not rooted in surface-level compatibility, but in the alignment of purpose, vibration, and divine assignment. According to spiritual teachers, this energetic exchange is one of the clearest signs that two individuals have been divinely appointed to walk together in some capacity, whether temporarily or long-term. Another recurring feature in the journey of the chosen one is the experience of solitude. Often, before fully stepping into their role, individuals undergo a period of isolation, which may manifest as social withdrawal, loss of old connections, or an internal shift away from external distractions. Rather than interpreting this solitude as loneliness or social failure, it is reframed as a sacred period of preparation. During this phase, chosen individuals often engage more deeply in practices such as prayer, meditation, reflection, or studying spiritual texts. The silence, while at times uncomfortable, is viewed as essential for tuning out the noise of the external world and tuning into divine guidance. It is in this space, spiritual teachers say, that clarity emerges and higher wisdom is downloaded. This phase is not permanent. It exists as a bridge, a moment of refinement before re-engagement with the world. When chosen ones return to public life, they do so with a renewed sense of mission, direction, and authority. As spiritual awareness deepens, many chosen individuals report a significant acceleration in how their thoughts, words, and intentions manifest in the external world. This phenomenon, often referred to as instant karma or spiritual acceleration, is described as a heightened responsiveness of the universe to one's internal state. Where once outcomes seemed delayed or uncertain, chosen individuals may find that their inner beliefs begin to rapidly shape their outer reality. This can take the form of sudden opportunities, unexpected clarity, or swift consequences for misaligned actions. In practical terms, this means that there is less room for confusion or passive living. The spiritual laws appear to respond quickly, correcting, affirming, or redirecting the chosen one as needed. Such sensitivity to energetic feedback requires increased discipline. Spiritual practitioners advise chosen individuals to monitor their thoughts, guard their speech, and align their actions with divine values, as these elements now carry amplified influence. One of the most deeply felt confirmations of spiritual activation is a growing sense of closeness to the divine. This may be expressed through moments of unexpected peace, inner assurance, or encounters with symbolic numbers and dreams that resonate with personal truth. These experiences are often interpreted as signs that one's spiritual path is in alignment with divine intention. The sense of being guided or accompanied by a divine presence, whether described as God, angels, or higher consciousness, intensifies during this stage. Chosen individuals frequently describe feeling supported during challenging times, even when external circumstances remain difficult. This support, they report, sustains their resolve and anchors their faith. Increased sensitivity to spiritual guidance also leads to more frequent experiences of intuition or knowing. This inner guidance does not always make rational sense, but it often proves correct in hindsight. The more the chosen one listens, the more refined this guidance becomes. Perhaps one of the most powerful affirmations along the journey is the meeting of another chosen one. When this occurs, it is marked not just by emotional connection, but by a deep spiritual acknowledgement. Shared experiences, parallel life lessons, and mutual understanding often emerge quickly in conversation. Such meetings are interpreted not just as companionship, but as divine alignment. The spiritual interpretation holds that when chosen individuals meet, their missions often intersect, and their combined energy is capable of achieving what could not be done individually. This is not just inspirational rhetoric, but a foundational belief within spiritual frameworks that emphasize collective calling. According to this understanding, divine timing governs these meetings. The message is clear. Chosen ones are not meant to walk their path entirely alone. While the early stages of awakening may be solitary, the greater mission involves collaboration, unity, and shared purpose. With rising spiritual power comes increased responsibility. It is consistently emphasized in spiritual teachings that the chosen one must be vigilant, not just with external choices, but with inner alignment. The chosen path demands a level of integrity that surpasses ordinary standards. Thoughts, intentions, and actions are not isolated events. They are seen as energetically potent forces. This means choosing words with care, managing emotions with wisdom, and avoiding distractions that pull one off course. The chosen one is reminded that their spiritual authority does not make them immune to error. It calls them to higher accountability. Their influence, whether recognized or not, affects those around them. As their light becomes more visible, chosen individuals may attract both supporters and challengers. Some may approach with admiration, others with envy, confusion, or resistance. It is vital, spiritual teachers say, to respond not with ego, but with grace and discernment. Discernment becomes a key component of the chosen one's spiritual maturity. As divine connections increase and energy becomes more sensitive, it is important to distinguish between true alignment and false resemblance. Not all who appear enlightened carry the same vibration. Imitation of light is possible, especially in environments where spiritual language is used superficially. True alignment is felt, not performed. The energy of a fellow chosen one does not demand, it affirms. It does not seek to control, but to empower. Encounters rooted in divine connection bring peace, clarity, and mutual respect. They do not cause confusion, anxiety, or dependency. Recognizing these differences allows the chosen one to walk with greater confidence, knowing whom to trust, where to invest their energy, and how to remain aligned with their purpose. Continuing, from the journey of self-recognition and spiritual awakening, chosen individuals often find that their path leads toward collaboration. This is not random. Within many spiritual traditions, the convergence of awakened individuals is viewed as a strategic alignment, a gathering of spiritual energies intended to amplify impact. This principle is grounded in the understanding that while individual awakening is powerful, collective purpose is transformative. When chosen individuals join forces, their combined efforts produce spiritual momentum that has the potential to shift environments, heal communities, and inspire mass awakening. According to spiritual teachings, this is not simply about forming friendships or support networks. It is about fulfilling divine mandates, tasks that are too great to be carried alone. Collaboration becomes the vehicle through which the broader vision of divine will is realized. Chosen individuals often discover that their life stories, although lived independently, share similar themes. Long periods of solitude, intense inner battles, sudden awakenings, and recurring divine guidance. These shared experiences are not viewed as coincidence, but as validation of a shared calling. Such parallels can be comforting. They confirm that one's challenges were not in vain, and that others have walked similar paths. More importantly, they demonstrate that individual struggles often prepare people for communal missions. By exchanging these experiences, chosen individuals not only gain perspective, they gain strength. This exchange fosters a sense of trust that goes beyond superficial rapport. The understanding is mutual, and the empathy is rooted in lived reality, not theory. In a world where spiritual paths can often feel isolating, this shared knowing offers reassurance and grounding. As divine collaboration becomes more central, the importance of spiritual discernment only increases. Not all connections are divinely orchestrated. Some may arise as distractions, others as tests, and a few as counterfeits of the real. For this reason, chosen individuals are encouraged to prioritize discernment over emotional impulse. While kindness remains a virtue, alignment is the priority. According to spiritual perspectives, true divine connection is marked by peace, purpose, and mutual upliftment, not by chaos, dependency, or confusion. Guarding one's energy in community settings is a form of spiritual stewardship. It is not about closing off, but about opening selectively, where divine alignment is sensed and purpose is shared. With spiritual activation comes a heightened awareness of responsibility, not only to oneself, but to others, to the environment, and to the unseen world. As emphasized in spiritual teachings, chosen ones are expected to uphold higher ethical and emotional standards. This includes regulating their own energy, being mindful of the power of their words, and acting in alignment with truth and integrity. The IE shift is internal. Where once reactive behavior was common, chosen individuals begin responding with intentionality. They become aware that every thought, word, and deed carries weight, energetic, emotional, and spiritual. They move from simply reacting to consciously creating. This elevated responsibility also includes using influence wisely. Chosen individuals often become leaders, not necessarily by title, but through example. Their presence, behavior, and energy impact those around them. Their clarity can inspire others to begin their own journeys. As a result, maintaining integrity becomes essential. A significant aspect of this responsibility is understanding how chosen ones affect their surroundings. Their presence often alters environments, both emotionally and spiritually. In workplaces, families, or social settings, they may find themselves naturally attracting attention, whether invited or not. Some may be drawn to their presence for healing or insight. Others may feel uneasy, not because the chosen individual has done anything wrong, but because their spiritual clarity exposes unspoken truths. This is not about judgment, it is about vibration. High-frequency energy stirs what has long remained hidden. It is in these moments that chosen ones are called to remain centered. The goal is not to convince or convert, but to be a stable point of light, offering calm, clarity, and presence without aggression or superiority. As spiritual mastery develops, many chosen individuals notice that their manifestations accelerate. What they think, believe, or speak often comes into reality with noticeable speed. This dynamic, often described as spiritual acceleration, is interpreted as the universe responding with priority to chosen energy. In spiritual contexts, this acceleration is both a gift and a test. It allows chosen ones to co-create rapidly with divine energy, but also requires maturity in managing thoughts, emotions, and intentions. The universe does not delay with those on divine assignment. Misalignment results in quick correction, not as punishment, but as recalibration. Chosen ones are thus urged to remain mindful. Their words are seeds, their emotions are waters, and their beliefs are the sunlight under which their realities grow. In this framework, everything becomes a form of prayer, and the world reflects their inner state with increasing precision. The journey of the chosen one is not static. Spiritual activation is a beginning, not an end. As responsibilities increase, so must self-awareness, discipline, and humility. Chosen individuals are expected to continue learning, expanding their capacity, and evolving their consciousness. This growth includes managing personal triggers, healing past wounds, and embodying the values they teach. Emotional intelligence, patience, and spiritual resilience become markers of maturity. Importantly, growth does not always require public validation. Some of the most significant spiritual transformations occur in solitude, away from visibility. It is in these private moments that the deepest alignments are formed. For many chosen individuals, spiritual activation eventually leads to increased visibility. Whether through teaching, leadership, mentorship, or simply being a guiding presence, they are called to serve publicly. This transition, however, is not always comfortable. Visibility comes with scrutiny. The more light one carries, the more attention it attracts, both supportive and critical. Navigating this space requires wisdom. Chosen ones are encouraged to remain grounded, to avoid ego-driven behavior, and to anchor themselves in divine purpose rather than public opinion. They are also advised to protect their energy. Being seen does not mean being available to everyone. Healthy boundaries are essential to avoid burnout and to maintain clarity of purpose. A notable feature of the chosen path is the emergence of spiritually aligned relationships. Whether friendships, partnerships, or mentorships, these connections carry a divine weight. They are not entered casually. They serve higher purposes: healing, expansion, and mutual mission. Such relationships often feel natural, deep, and timeless. Conversations flow, silences feel safe, and purpose is shared. They provide rest from the intensity of spiritual work and offer spaces of restoration. These relationships also challenge the chosen one to grow. They hold up a mirror, encouraging further healing and refinement. While they are supportive, they are also deeply accountable, ensuring that neither person drifts from their path. One of the final stages of spiritual activation involves full reclamation of personal power. This power is not forceful. It is firm. It is not aggressive. It is grounded. Chosen individuals come to recognize that their authority does not come from external validation, but from divine alignment. In this state, fear diminishes. Decisions are made with confidence. Doubt no longer rules the mind. Actions become aligned with calling, and distractions are filtered out. The chosen one moves with purpose, clarity, and grace. This internal state is recognized externally. People notice. Opportunities align. Obstacles shift. The environment responds to the vibration of certainty. As the journey matures, the chosen one transitions from awakening to mastery. Mastery is not about being perfect. It is about living in consistent awareness, making decisions from a place of divine guidance, and serving without losing oneself. At this stage, service becomes a joy, not a duty. Challenges become tools for growth, not threats. And relationships become sacred grounds for exchange, not transactions. The chosen one understands that their life is no longer just personal. It is part of a larger divine strategy. Every action, every word, every presence carries significance. This journey is not for everyone. It requires courage, discipline, and deep trust. But for those who accept it, the rewards are internal peace, divine connection, and lasting impact. To walk this path is to walk with integrity, to speak with clarity, and to live with purpose. And while the chosen one may walk through many trials, they do not walk alone. Heaven walks with them, and the light they carry continues to shine, regardless of the darkness they may encounter. Chosen one, as we bring this message to a close, let these final words settle deeply into your spirit. Everything shared with you has not been random, nor has it been coincidental. You were guided here by divine timing, by an invisible force pulling you into alignment with your greater purpose. The truth is simple. You are not awakening by accident. You are awakening because it is time. You are stepping into a phase where you no longer live based on external validation. You are moving with clarity, wisdom, and spiritual precision. The signs have been shown. The confirmations have been made, and the voice of the divine is no longer a distant whisper. It's a steady call. As you go forward from this moment, understand that the journey does not end here. It begins here. Activation is not a destination. It is the starting point of mastery. The insights you have received are not just to be admired. They are to be lived. Every day presents an opportunity for you to walk in greater alignment, to exercise the authority placed within you, and to serve with clarity and humility. Remember this: chosen ones are not exempt from challenges. In fact, they are often refined through them. But what sets you apart is your ability to rise in the midst of the fire, not consumed, but transformed. Every trial you have endured has brought you here, and every step you take from here must reflect the knowledge you now hold. Take the solitude you've experienced and let it become your strength. Use your discernment as your compass. Allow your words to carry intention. Let your presence bring clarity to the spaces you enter. Whether or not the world sees it yet, heaven already knows. You carry light meant to guide, to build, and to restore. You do not walk alone. All around the world, other chosen ones are rising too. Some are finding this message just like you did. And when divine ones gather, even if silently, through shared truth, a great shift begins. Let this be your reminder. You are enough. You are equipped. You are called. And everything you need for the road ahead is already within you. So now, pause, breathe, reflect, then rise. You are no longer just hearing about transformation, you are living it. And as you walk forward, do so with grace, with discernment, and with unwavering certainty in the divine power that walks beside you. Chosen one, your time has come. The world will see, heaven already knows, and your journey, your real journey, starts now. Chosen one. If this message has stirred something deep within your spirit, if you feel the weight of truth and the pull of divine confirmation, then don't let this moment pass you by. Declare your alignment today. Comment, "I embrace my divine path" below as your public affirmation. Let the spiritual realm and this community of chosen ones witness your readiness to walk in purpose. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and tap the bell icon so you never miss a message that's meant for your elevation. These are not just videos. These are divine insights, carefully crafted to support your spiritual growth and awakening. If you've recognized signs in your own life, share them in the comments. Your story might be the light someone else needs to see. And lastly, share this message with someone you believe is walking a similar path. We rise stronger together. Remember, this is not the end. It's a beginning. You're not just watching. You're being activated. The world is shifting, and chosen ones like you are meant to lead that shift. Stay awake. Stay aligned. Stay ready. Your time is now.